So I've been seeing a lot of disappointed newbies in my comments complaining that when they click my videos or even other YouTube guitar instructors, they are promised that whatever the lesson is going to be, it's going to make them a better guitarist. And they walk away disappointed every time. First off, I'm going to let you know that I will never make a promise such as that because I understand that learning on YouTube is not a magic pill. You're here to get additional tips to help you on your guitar journey. The rest is up to you. Because of this, I decided to put together a list of 5 things that I wish I knew before learning how to play the guitar. So the first concept is this concept of closed skills versus open skills. And it took me a while to understand this, but closed skills are the skills that you learn when you're by yourself in a controlled environment. And that's going to be things such as learning your chords in different positions, learning how hard to press on the frets in order to get the chord to ring out. Those are things that help you along the way to be able to play accurately in a closed environment. Now, open skills are skills that you take those closed skills and you apply it in a situation where you don't have control over the environment. I'll give you an example. In one of the bands that I play in, we play a lot of E blues. So, one thing I did is I took the time to learn the pentatonic scale in the key of E. So, I worked on a little riff like this, and it's basically starting on the third position of the key of E. Now imagine the same group goes, oh, I know we played E blues, but let's change it and actually play A blues. So an example of that would be taking what I learned in my close skills and moving it up into the key of A. I need to be able to adapt. So that same riff that I played in the key of E, I can play that same riff in the key of A just by using the third position of the A pentatonic. And that would be a little like this. With open learning, I can apply that anywhere. I can play in the key of A, I can play in the key of B flat if I wanted. But it's very malleable and I can apply whatever I learned in my closed practice to anything that I play in the real world. The next thing that I wish I knew as a guitar player is that it is hard work and it does take time to grasp. So the number one question I get from people who are interested in learning how to play is, how long do you think it would take me to learn how to play the guitar? And honestly, it's entirely dependent upon yourself. You get out of it what you put into it. So if you put a lot of work into it, you will get the results. Now, you do have to have some musical ability, but even me as a vocalist for 35 plus years, I still had to work and I still have to work at the guitar daily. And that energy goes into everything that I do, from fundamentals, which I still work on to this day, to improvising on songs. The next thing I wish I knew is that it is okay to suck. It's okay to play something that you love and not be very proficient in it. I feel like new guitar players these days, they have these lofty expectations and then they get frustrated because they don't get the results that they want in a short amount of time. Even musicians these days who've been playing for decades, they still aren't where they want to be. However, there's absolutely no pressure for you to become a great guitarist. And one more time for the people in the back, there is absolutely no pressure for you to become a great guitarist. Now, before we continue on to the next two, I want to remind you to check out my website. I update it frequently with a ton of free resources, from PDFs of useful chords that beginners should know to chord sheets of easy songs to learn and practice. Additionally, I share my recommendations for great gear to start your journey. If you haven't, feel free to check it out. It's all free. Another thing I wish I knew was that better guitars do not make you a better player, or you don't need that new guitar. So, your best bet as a beginner is choosing and sticking to one guitar. Your top priority is to build familiarity with it. The action, the weight, the tone. You need to know everything about the instrument and its capabilities. Like I mentioned earlier about closed skills, that's a closed skill. And finally, this one surprises a lot of people. If you plan on performing, you need to practice standing up and sitting down. You don't know how many times I've heard or thought to myself, man, I was able to play this perfectly when I was sitting down. But trust me, it's surprising how something so simple as standing up or sitting down changes your abilities. So there you have it. Those are the 5 things that I wish I knew as a new guitar player. And I hope that this helps you today. If you've been liking our 5 minute conversations, feel free to like and subscribe and tune in every week where I drop a new topic or more songs for beginners to play.